Coast to Coast AM radio. Okay, so this is a huge alternative radio broadcasting system that needs to be exposed here. Coast to Coast, George Noory and all his predecessors are all part of the control system, control opposition. Anyone who comes out to tell the 100% truth, these people are here to share a lot of what seems to be true and then just mix it up with a bunch of lies. Coast to Coast. So let's, if you don't know who these people are, let's listen a little bit to George Noory's voice if you are not familiar with him.
Hello and welcome to Coast AM's official YouTube channel. I'm your host, George Noory. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And you can also find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and of course, on coasttocoastam.com.
Okay.
The wet heartland of America. And
Okay, so his name is George Noory. That's Noory.
the gateway to the West. Good morning, good evening, wherever you may be across the nation, around the world. I'm George Noory. Welcome to Coast AM. Later on tonight, amazing UFO research. Stand by for that. Here's what's happening. Whoa, Saudi Arabia and Russia are working together on a historic long-term pact that would extend controls over world crude supplies by major exporters for many years to come. Saudi Arabian Prince Mohammed bin Salman, who one day will be king.
Okay, so what you have to understand is that all governments are controlled by one power. There are no real governments around the world. They're all controlled. They're all get their order from a single unit. Whether you want to call these ultimately as Enki or Enlil or the Baphomet is irrelevant. As you go higher and higher, you'll see, as you become more aware spiritually, you'll see that the entire universe is controlled. The entire universe. Only if you're bold enough to exercise your light inside will you see beyond the so-called universe. The universe is not all there is. Outside of it is the so-called real world, the paradise. But we're stuck here, and we will continue to be stuck here until we stuck here in this world, stuck here in the entire universe, until we dare increase, ascend, brighten up our light by eating better, by giving up flesh, by not eating meat, fish. Not a single person, you won't be able to do it without giving up violent food. It's just not possible. You can fight it all you want, but it isn't possible. If you consume less, if you improve, yes, you can go higher. But if you do the exact same thing you're still doing, of consuming a lot, I would give it up completely. But hey, that's not me. I'm not you. So I'm just sharing information. Coast to Coast is a propaganda alternative media. The system understands that there are going to be people who are awake, and so they have their alternative radio people propagating lies. Coast to Coast is one of them. Coast to Coast talks about esoteric things like aliens, time traveling, and reincarnation, and so forth. Coast to Coast has frauds like David Icke on. All these people are frauds. All of them. Their job is to distract you. That's their full-time job. There are quite a few people out there who are hired by top-level corporations, and every single one of these people hired are part of the agenda. you are a fool if you say, "Oh, I don't believe in conspiracy theories." Yes, the way it works is that conspiracy theory is full of crap and some truth. That's why things seem so confusing, because these people are coming in to mess things up for those who are really showing the truth. Yes, there is life after death. That's the ultimate goal. There is life after death. That's the not ultimate goal in the sense this is what you want to head to. But even that is mixed with, that is manipulated through the reincarnation trap. If you can't get past fools or organized crimes like Coast and Coast, how are you going to even come to the realization that when you die, you are recycled? You lose your memory and you have to come back and repeat it. And a lot of us have been repeating this cycle for millions and millions of years, and the pain just keep going. We just keep experiencing the pain. And those few of us who come back to tell the rest of us what's going on, who actually remember through deja vus or whatever, not, we're the one who are perceived as the enemy. We are not the enemy. We are the cleanup crew. Okay, so you take out, what you want out of it. It's up to you. Coast to Coast. Coast to Coast was also, okay, let's listen in a little bit more. I want to set up the...
Says that Riyadh and Moscow were considering a longer deal to extend a short-term alliance on oil curbs that began back in January of last year after a crash in crude prices.
Okay, so first of all, you don't need to one state or one country. Countries don't need to coordinate things with each other in terms of, there's no fighting going on. There's an agreement. They're all working together. So like all this, what he's spewing is just things that he was told to read. It's not true. I'm gonna go to Art Bell. Art Bell, 1997. Art Bell was at that time. He was the person, the broadcaster on Coast to Coast. I didn't wake up in 1997. I woke up much later, so I heard this broadcast later, and I found it to be interesting. I couldn't. I even to this day, I can't be sure if the caller. This is a person who called to talk about aliens slash interdimensional beings. I'll tell you what element, from my personal experience, is true, and then maybe perhaps you can share your own opinion in the comments. Art Bell, 1997, frantic caller exposed. Okay, let's see. Are they doing damage control? Was the original call true? Well, let's listen in.
My people, and today we are going to talk about Art Bell again. I know I talk about him a lot, but I am fascinated with him and have been for a very long time. If you don't know who he is an American broadcaster, also an author. He is the founder and original host of Coast to Coast AM. It is a paranormal themed radio show. Anyways, there's lots of topics we could talk about when it comes to Art Bell, but the most popular one is the frantic caller. If you don't know what that is, on September 11th, 1997, Art Bell took a call from a frantic man who was claiming to be an ex-Area 51 employee. He grew progressively more upset as the call wore on, right? It culminated in the shows going temporarily off the air. Seriously, satellite failure. It shook the world. Okay, the world's a little dramatic, but thousands of people were listening. And, it put a little bit of panic. Even Art, you could hear I don't know the word for it in Art's voice. You had never seen him like that, because usually he's cool, calm, and collective. Look, I'm not here to change your mind about anything. I'm just here to show you some facts that you may not know. So I'm going to go ahead and let you listen to the actual call, and then we'll talk about it afterwards.
That's Art Bell.
A whole lot of time.
Well, look, let's begin by finding out whether you're using this line properly or not.
Area 51.
That's right. Were you an employee or are you now?
A former employee.
Former employee.
I was let go on a medical discharge about a week ago, and I've kind of been running across the country. Man, I don't know where to start. They're gonna they'll triangulate on this position really soon.
Well, you can't spend a lot of time on the phone, so give us something quick.
Okay. Okay. What we're thinking of as aliens are they're extra dimensional beings that an earlier precursor of the space program made contact with.
Okay, I don't want to interrupt this too much, but interdimensional beings really exist. I had experience with them, including Inlead and Inky, who have a tendency to come in my room in the middle of the night. They don't show their face, but you can hear them. Yeah, so what we're calling aliens are really interdimensional entities. Okay, alright, that part is true.
They are not what they claim to be. They have infiltrated a lot of aspects of the military establishment, particularly the Area 51. The disasters that are coming, the military, I'm sorry, the government knows about them, and
Of course the government knows about them.
there's a lot of safe areas in this world that they could begin moving the population to now.
They don't care.
But they're not doing
They
anything.
are not. They want the major population centers wiped out so that the few that are left will be more easily controllable.
Discharge.
I started getting.
Alright, transmission lost. Transmission lost. Waiting. Waiting. Backup system now up and running. Anyway, while they're waiting to hear more.
In some way, something knocked us off the
Okay,
air,
all right.
and we're on a backup system now.
Alright, so either they're faking this or I don't know. I really don't know. Okay, backup system now running and it's paused again. It's possible Art Bell faked the whole thing with this guy. Or perhaps the guy, it really did take place and their system really did go down. I don't know. I don't know what to think either way. Okay, I'm gonna see if we can fast forward this a little bit because it's just wasting time.
Stuff about like Area 51, if it's like the government's trying to put it out there like that, so like some other place isn't being watched as much.
In other words, it's a big decoy. I see what you're saying here, and apparently we'll be back after the news, I think. Kennedy here finally lost all transmit capability on this end. Here in Nevada, the transmitter went belly up suddenly for some unknown reason. I've never seen it do this in all the years that we've been on the air. I've never seen the transmitter in this way just simply fail, massively fail, like a massive heart attack of some kind. And so we've gone to a backup system to get signal to you right now, and I presume it is getting to you right now. Total.
So how creeped out are you right now? Right? Understandably, you realize why thousands of people were shook over this. I mean, it was the talk of the town for a very, very long time. To this day, people are still discussing this. This is a mystery on Reddit. It is everywhere. I mean, Art Bell is legend from this call. A lot of people don't realize that that caller called back in April of 1998, admitting that the caller was him. A lot of people said he was a fraud, that his voice, tone, and mannerisms didn't match the first caller, and then the theories started going off the hook. I mean, there are so many conspiracy theories out there on this call that I could not even do a video on it without it taking me at least 3 hours. Like, I'm not even being dramatic. That's how many that's out there. Anyways, so a lot of people are like, you're full of shit, dude. Like, you can't be this guy. But nobody really knows. I mean, how is he going to prove that he was the original caller? So this guy says that it's him and yada, yada, yada. Nobody takes him seriously. Like, lots of people stood up and said, hey, I'm the caller. And no one was taken seriously. However, 17 years later, on a popular show called Fade to Black, it's kind of a podcast radio show, the caller calls back. Jimmy Church takes the call, of course, and here it is. Listen to it. Let me know.
Hello, Jimmy?
You're on the air. You're live.
Yeah, Jimmy. Wow, I can't believe I'm making this call. It's been 17 years. There's a lot of hoopla on the radio, all these years on the internet, all the crazy. 17 years ago, there was a call to the Art Bell program. A man, he called and he claimed to have knowledge of Area 51, and it resulted in a pretty big catastrophe. Some call it radio history. I just know I've been living a nightmare ever since then.
Calm down. Calm down. It's okay. Where are you calling from?
I have fallen for that trick once. I am not going to tell you where I'm calling from. It's only going to be a matter of time before they're going to be able to use. It's like the technology has advanced. It's 17 fucking years. Oh, I'm sorry, 17 years. And 17 years. And so, like, yeah, here I am. And yeah, I'm calling your show. And I know I can tell you what took the satellite down.
When? Are you talking about back with Art Bell?
Yes, Area 51! Okay?
Okay. All right. Take a deep breath, my brother.
All right.
What happened?
There was truth back then, and there was this crazy guy in Philadelphia, and he called out of his parents' basement because Art Bell put on a program saying, Area 51 callers, pull on in! And this guy, who had nothing to do with Area 51, he called in, and he put on this show, and he said these words, and next thing you know, he said whatever he said, and a satellite went out, and his life has been a living hell since then.
What brought the satellite down?
I don't know. I don't know. He said things at the time about Area 51 and that there was a precursor and to NASA and that what the United States government is in contact with is not alien beings. They are beings from another world. They're extra dimensional, and no one seems to understand that.
Listen. You're yelling. Just calm down. Calm
down.
down.
I know what I sound like. It's been hard.
Are you there? Hang on. My computer, my mouse else is acting funny. Hang on. What the heck? What was that? Bring that call. What?
Okay, whatever. Okay, while we're waiting, I have no idea what to make of this. Is this guy 17 years later? Is he telling the truth? My instincts are telling me he's not telling the truth. The initial story seemed to have a little bit more truth than this guy. Who knows? Perhaps all of them are lying. But the interdimensional element of what he's talking about is true. Okay, come on, let's go.
Okay. That was a trip. What went out on the air? Somebody call me, 323-825-5045. 323-825-5045. I want to know exactly. That is buzzing me out. That, okay. All right. Wow. Wow. Are my phone lines down too?
Okay, all right.
Somebody test the phone lines. 323.
Some guy just do like Netflix. He was imitating this one call that Art Bell had from the guy that was calling from a payphone and got found, and then he cut off, and then we had this really weird circus music.
First caller, but it's just maybe not. Or maybe it is the same caller. I don't know. Is this one big joke? Because that was totally staged, and please, we all can tell. I like the caller that came in and was like, yeah, we heard clown music, and yeah, it sounds like a knockoff Art Bell 1997 frantic caller.
Yeah.
So, anyways, obviously, there was something sketch about that. Well, there's more to it. Of course there's more to it. Here he is. His name is Brian. And Brian calls back, and this is what Brian has to say about his 2 previous calls. Now, actually 3. Listen up. This is going to be where you decipher, is this real or is this not? Now, this is objective, so take it all in.
Fade to black.
See, and did you have any idea, Brian, did you have any clue that you would leave a mark on literally tens of millions of people for a couple of decades?
It has been a surreal set.
All right, I'm not buying that second callback. So that's fake. All right, to give credit to the lady whose work who I use here, her name is Ms. Okay, it's the first FVCKING. Almost sounds like effing. That's what it says. FVCKING. Wonderful. Ms. Effin Wonderful. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, there's so much like drama. All these, of course, they got to give you some drama, right? These fake alternative media. If I were to take anything out of this whole caller situation thing, it would be that extra-dimensional entities are real. Extra-dimensional entities just means, that they're not. They can enter our dimension, but they have a really hard, difficult time entering our dimension because I just don't have. I don't know. I don't know reason why, but they have a really hard time. I don't think they have the power to. I don't know, but I did experience. Had a couple of experiences with it, extra dimensional entities. So I know that's true for sure. Aliens. So the caller is absolutely right where he said they're really interdimensional. What did he say? Interdimensional or extra dimensional entities? So yeah, it makes sense. I mean, everything is pretty much whatever they are. We could become if we're not careful. Most beings that are extra dimensional. Trying to invade our world are not good. So that's where you get the parasites from beings entering your body. You have to remember that the darkness out there is humongous because of the nature of the universe. This is hell. We're in hell. We're trying to get out of it. And to get out of it, we have to use discernment. I've spoken about things to watch out for, and I'll just end here by saying you have to take the reincarnation trap very seriously, and you have to take your diet, what you eat. You have to be careful what you eat. You have to give up flesh if you want to get out of this so-called prison universe, because no one goes back home without giving up violence. If you're worried about like defending yourself, you're allowed to defend yourself. You know, love doesn't mean that if somebody comes at you in the middle of the night that you can't give them a spanking. You give them a spanking. So love is far more powerful than people seem to give it credit for, the average person. So that's pretty much all that I wanted to discuss in this video. Coast to Coast AM is another fraud. Art Bell, Nori, George Nori, they're all frauds. So you want to make sure you watch out for them.